Uh, yeah. So there we go, and McEntee's going to take over, and I think I have the songs booted up. So,
Okay.
uh, McEntee, are you ready to share? Shall I go ahead and do that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I mean, that's where the music is. So
All right.
let me get that done. Um, and hmm, wait a second. There we go. Uh, all right. The first thing I got booted up here, McEntee, is "Moments to Remember" by the Four Lads. Or
Right.
unless you want to say something first, or
Well, yeah, just real quickly, and then go to that. Uh, what I had envisioned is a short history of rock and roll from 1947 to 1964, 63, from the old swing music to just before the Beatles. And what I thought we'd do today is talk about the antecedents, the things that, the way it was in 1947, what was tops on the charts, and then move over to some gospel music, some rhythm and blues, and um, finish up with that, some black rhythm and blues. So first up is, I think, is "Moments to Remember" by the Four Lads. It was a huge hit in the early '50s, and then "Love Is a Many Splendored Thing" by the Four Aces, and "Three Coins in the Fountain" by the Four Aces. Those are the kind of the state of popular music from the late '40s to early '50s. So go ahead.
okay.
January to December, we'll have
Are we
moments
allowed to dance?
to
Yes,
remember.
please do, but keep your clothes on. And
Ooh.
also, I forgot to add, everybody interject with their
The
own
New
comments
Year's
besides your favorite.
Eve we did
Don't be
the
shy.
town. The day we tore the goalpost down. We will have these moments to
Boy, this is much
remember.
better. How about "Love Is a Many Splendid Thing"?
Quiet walks
Uh,
the noise.
you want
Go
to go to the
ahead.
next one?
The
Yeah,
ballroom
Okay.
Very white.
yeah. Don't you all remember
Love
this?
is a mighty splendid thing. It's the April rose that only grows in the early
My
spring.
theory is that after war and
On his
depression, people wanted
name,
just to chill out, and this
way
stuff
of
was
giving.
therefore very popular.
Jim,
You
you
know,
faded out.
yeah,
What?
McEntee, really try to speak close to the computer.
This is as
Uh,
close as I can get.
I'm not sure the vocal your voice hasn't been weak in the past. It's weird today. Um, now McEntee told me that this is the kind of music that his parents would play on the radio in the car, and he thought to his horror that this is what it would be being an adult.
I really did. This is
Um,
this was my fate. That's what I thought.
Tony, it's easier for us to hear if you turn the music off when he's speaking. When he's
Okay, I'll
over the music, it's very hard.
thanks. I'll do that. So
Okay.
next
Yeah,
one
John.
you have booted up is the Four Aces. You ready for that?
Three Coins in the Fountain.
Yeah,
Is that what it is? Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
This was
I remember
a
that.
huge hit, and this is, I remember well driving around with my parents and listening to this. So go ahead.
Make it mine. Make it mine.
fountain, each one seeking happiness, thrown by three hopeful lovers. Which
All right.
will the fountain bless?
Some of the best shit ever.
Yeah, it really was. How about K-Star next? You remember this one? Rock and Roll Waltz.
One night I was late, came home from a date, slipped out of my shoes at the door. Then from the front room I heard a jump tune. I looked in, and here's what I saw. There in the night was a wonderful scene. Mom was dancing with Dad to my record machine. And while they danced, only one thing was wrong. They were trying to waltz to a rock and roll song. One,
Okay.
two, and then
This was
rock.
a huge hit in
One,
1955.
two, and then rock.
And can we go to Wheel of Fortune, also by K-Star? You have that up?
Yep.
The wheel of fortune goes spinning around.
It's actually pretty good.
Will the arrow point my way?
You say this is pretty good?
Yeah, I kind of like it. Hey, do you have Wheel of Fortune by the Cardinals?
Hey, Jim, I have a question.
Yeah.
I noticed that in one of the songs, they used the term rock and roll.
Right.
And I thought that was introduced by some DJ in Ohio or something. And
Was Alan Freed.
right.
But who knows exactly who was the first to use it or when, but Alan Freed took credit for it. He was a disc jockey, but it probably filtered out by osmosis, and others were using it, is my guess. But anyway, Alan Freed, a disc jockey in Cleveland, used it on his show, and he's often thought of as the first to coin that phrase.
Yeah, Alan Freed was great.
Yeah. But it's interesting, even in those couple of years, you can see how much the music has slid over. The sweetness in the background, and all that stuff has already changed, even in that period.
So McEntee, you asked for Wheel of Fortune by the Cardinals. Yes. Here it is if you want. Yes. You want to hear that?
Yes, please. Now remember the K-Star version. Here's the other version.
Okay, let me start with the top.
The wheel of fortune.
I think Brian just passed out.
All this stuff is so slow.
This is all slow dancing.
I guess, yeah.
Oh, wheel of fortune, please don't pass me by.
Well, that's a good point. I mean, but they did, there was the Lindy Hop, and there was more active dancing than this would be Foxtrot, I guess.
I mean, the swing era had fast tunes.
Well, we're mostly concentrating on the swing era. It's still in force right here. So McEntee, next I've got Roy Brown.
Yeah, play that. Good rock.
You ready for that?
Yes.
1947.
47.
Elvis-
So this is really early. That one we were just listening to was like 54 or something. But
Yeah.
You're just
black
getting
people
born.
black people were
Rock
ahead of the curve.
This is swing.
Yeah.
Well, I heard the news, the band of rockin' tonight. Well, I'm gonna hold my baby tight as I can.
Does anybody remember Elvis's
Oh, I'm
version
a
of
mighty, mighty man.
Yes.
I heard the news, the band of rockin' tonight.
I can find that if you want.
Nah, that's all right.
Doesn't
Okay, go ahead.
Kirchen do that now?
Well, this was a hit, a kind of hit for the Cody band, yeah, but it
Yeah.
wasn't. Kirchen does it now, but it was originally the lead singer was Billy C. Farlow, and they had a single of it that did pretty well. You know, covering black artists, cultural appropriation.
Boy,
Are
but you,
us.
Paid them more money.
yeah. But you could really hear Elvis in this.
Well, he
Can't you?
did it. He
Yeah, I mean,
covered
but you can hear that. You essentially you can see it. You can see where it came from. You can really hear him in it.
Well, some of the musical influences I've been hearing in these so far are that, for example, K Star has a sort of a rock and roll backbeat to it, and
Right.
a rock and roll waltz, and then Wheel of Fortune is sort of ballad style, but it's got this doo-doo-doo background, and then with the last one, it's swing, but the thing I'm hearing in the background is more of a boogie woogie beat.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
had a piano teacher, Hazel Zuzanak, who taught me boogie woogie.
Really, you were lucky. If she wasn't just classical, she taught you boogie woogie.
No, her musical background was playing for the soundtracks in silent music movies.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of elements coming together, and McEntee's going to play some more of them, I'm sure. But this is, I think, would be called jump blues. What Roy Brown is doing.
Yeah.
If you want to categorize things, and
Jump blues,
it was
that's right.
and it was him and what's his name, the saxophone player, who is slipping my mind, that were big in that genre, but it wasn't. I doubt if you would have heard this on white radio in the late 40s.
You wouldn't have heard it. It was, I think radio was fairly segregated.
One of the things that happened in the 50s was that top 40 radio was not segregated very much. It was amazing. I mean, you would hear on the same station, you could hear Buck Owens and James Brown. It was.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Where was that? Where were you when
In
you heard
San
that?
Diego.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, or a little less radical than James Brown was.
Little Rick.
Well, Little Richard's pretty radical, but you'd hear Little Richard and Chuck Berry and Buck Owens.
I never heard Buck Owens until much later in my life when I lived in Sacramento.
Well,
in Los Angeles, it was KFWB, and then later on KHJ and KRLA, and they just played rock and roll.
Yeah,
KFI. Yeah. Oh, yeah. KFWB.
No, but you could, and then you'd still hear Perry Como and Patty Page.
I mean, my parents and I fought for the radio, and they switched to their station, which was KMPC, and I tried to move it over to KFWB.
Yeah.
KFWB.
Well, KFW, wasn't that Wolfman Jack? No, that was XERB.
XERB. Come on.
XERB, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But you also have the consistent what we were hearing. You got Pat Boone, and there's a whole group that was running swimming on the same at the same time in that same era.
That's right. If
Yeah.
you had a hit record, the KFWB would play it. It wasn't organized by race.
Yeah.
Rochester, New York had a great rhythm and blues station, WSAY. And we used to listen to Dick Biondi in Buffalo.
Dick Biondi.
Did you listen to WABC from New York? That was
we didn't. We were in the provinces. We didn't get the big city.
Well, you could get WABC a lot outside New York, and that was like for sub-teens. That was the station.
Briefly, I lived outside Rochester for right on the shore of Lake Ontario for 3 years.
Wow, and, when was that?
From let's see, we moved away in '56, so it was '53 to '56.
Wow.
And we got to Los Angeles, and I was trying to find a radio station, and my father told me they don't play rock and roll here in Los Angeles. That was just a New York thing. They don't have rock and roll. My mother was outraged and stopped him and found the station for me so I could listen to.
I was going to say
rock and roll.
Yeah, there's only 5 stations playing rock and roll at the time, right?
Do you think your dad was?
Yeah, my parents listened to KFAC, which of course is a classical radio station.
Was your dad trying to protect you from the influences of rock and roll?
He just wanted to listen to his stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to listen to his stuff.
Oh.
Which became KMPC. That was their stuff. But anyway, KFWB had these great disc jockeys, great personalities.
Hey, who lives in LA now? Are those stations still? Does KRLA still exist in KFWB and KHJ?
KFWB went all news at some point. Maybe not now, but they went from rock and roll to all news.
None of you guys live in LA?
Well, those are all AM stations, so that you probably don't. God, you probably can't even get AM stations anymore. But yeah, I think they all went by the wayside. KHJ, KFWB, they all kind of slowly moved on.
Huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
I was raised in which was next to Pasadena, which was next to LA. So, but KFWB was the thing that I fought for listening to with my parents. I got my first radio of my own when I was 13, and turned it on, and that was my musical liberation. So,
what was the community where you lived, Leslie?
Arcadia.
Oh yeah.
Arcadia is between Pomona and LA.
No, I grew up in Whittier, so I know just where Arcadia.
John was in Downey.
Oh wow, Downey.
Okay, well, the next thing you got booted up here is Sam Cooke and the Soul Stirrers.
Oh,
yeah.
Now, I don't know if everybody knows this, McEntee, but Sam Cooke started out as a gospel singer, and McEntee's got two of his gospel songs here before he was a pop star.
Right.
So this one is "Were You There When They Crucified My Lord?"
That's right.
Man was going to Jerusalem. He met 2 strangers along the way.
Isn't that great?
They were talking all about crucifixion. He stopped them and here's what he said. He asked them, were you there? Were you there when they crucified the Lord? Were you there? He asked them, were you there? When they crucified the Lord, and one of them told him, sometimes it causes me to tremble. He said, I was there, yes, I was there when they crucified the Lord.
Where was Sam Cooke from?
Mississippi, and then Chicago.
When he was a star, did he make it out of Chicago?
I don't. I think
Where
so.
were the Soul
Ended up.
Stirrers?
Well, they were the main gospel group at the time. I assume they were from Chicago. I'll look that up.
But it's
Okay.
amazing how different that version is than the white gospel.
Oh yeah,
I mean, just the start,
Yeah.
it's so much more rock and
yeah.
roll.
Well, the Soul Stirrers were huge in the black community, a huge gospel group. And so when Sam Cooke left them to do pop music, it felt like a real betrayal.
Yeah, it was. That was a big deal to cross over. And some people didn't. It didn't bother them, but other people thought it was blasphemy to
Yep.
not be singing the Lord's music.
That
Yep.
was a real
Well-
issue for
Well-
Aretha Franklin too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's lots of people came up that way. They just couldn't. Yeah, they came up through gospel, and then they much of the horror of their parents.
There's another one. You have "Must Jesus Bear the Cross"?
yeah, I got that.
Jesus bear the cross alone, and all this world go free. Lord, there's a cross.
No, that's not Sam Cooke.
Yeah, that's not Sam Cooke. He's coming in a
He's
minute.
coming in. He's coming in now.
The cross for me.
Oh, amazing grace, how sweet it all sounds. I know it saved a wretch like me. And oh Lord, that I once was lost, but now I know that I'm found. I was blind, oh, but now I know that I can see. Oh Lord,
Not alone, not alone, no, not alone. No, Jesus cannot bear this cross alone. Though there's the cross for everyone in there, the cross for me.
I came to my Jesus just as I was. I was weary, I was worn and sad. Oh Lord, but I know that I found in Him a resting place. And now, right now, my heart feels bad. Oh Lord,
Not alone,
not alone,
not
Okay,
alone.
not alone.
I don't know if you can see this. I just Googled who wrote this. Let me see. An English minister, Thomas Shepard, in 1693,
Wow.
wrote that song. I bet it didn't sound like that when he.
It didn't have a backbeat. Didn't have a backbeat back then. That's
But I mean, what?
Must Jesus Bear the Song? The Cross Alone was written in the 17th century.
Correct.
Wow.
I mean, it's just amazing. What would the world be without black gospel singers? You know,
I know.
unbelievable interpretations. Also, that's quite a sentiment. But there's a cross for me.
Yeah.
It's quite a. That's
Right.
quite a. Yikes.
So
Well,
it's interesting that
Christianity.
the background singers are, boy, they write right on the beat, but they're kind of, I hate to say, a little bit boring. So you can, when we listen to like the Shirelles or the Martha and Vandellas, the background are going to be much more inspired.
Interesting. They've all probably drawn from the same place, the church. I mean, Otis Redding, Little Richard, they start out in church.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Let's see what we got here. Oh, next, another gospel thing, McEntee.
Yes.
The
Somewhere to lay my head.
sensational nightingales.
Nightingales.
Right.
Singing somewhere to lay my head. Oh, I am trials and tribulation.
Johnson, pause it for a second.
Soon my trials will be over. I want somewhere lay my head. Oh, Lord, lay my head. Lay my head. Oh, Lord, lay my head. I want somewhere lay my head.
Otis Clay is upstage left.
Yeah, Otis Clay is. Otis Clay, who had a big hit with Trying to Live My Life Without You, is, like you say, upstage left.
When I'm done, done the best I can. Friends all around me, they don't understand. I'll be all right. I'll find somewhere. Lay my head. Yes, I will. And I won't. Yes, and I won't. Friends, let me tell you about one man. Tell me, my God, tried one day. You know this man suffered so long. All the blood, hell from his bones. He went to work, back to flush from his bones. Said on my way back here, I got a brand new home. I'll be all right when I find somewhere. Rest my head. Yes, I will.
Wow.
Wow.
I know. Isn't that great?
That was terrific.
It's so great. I don't know. I don't think I've ever seen but one actual gospel show. It was Dorothy Love Coates at the Cow Palace, and there was Shirley Caesar and Dorothy Love Coates I saw live, but I don't know how many of you actually seen these guys. I mean, it really is like going to a James Brown show. And then the audience is a bunch of people, the church ladies dressed up in their finery, you know, the pink suits with the matching shoes and hat. Oh my God, that's the audience. It's just unbelievable.
I've seen a lot of gospel living in Mississippi. Nice.
Oh.
Who have you seen, Ann?
Oh, just people in churches. Just like, you know, a friend of ours, her husband died, and there was a lot of gospel at his funeral. And, you know, it's not people that one would ever hear of. It's just the music in the church service.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah, we had it across the street in our first Berkeley house. There was the Church of Jesus Christ, Inc. And
Inc.
And
Great.
there was gospel came out of there every Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Major, let's see, what year was this? Do we know?
Which was what? Somewhere to Lay My Head. That's in the 60s. That's from the 60s.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't see a date here. Okay, McEntee, moving on. You've got the Fat Man up.
Yeah.
This is again really early. You think about we were just listening to Good Rockin' Tonight. That was 47. This is 50. So this is really early stuff.
That's right. And
sorry, what? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say Elvis Presley once said that Fats Domino was the real king of rock and roll.
Elvis was very modest about and deferential to black folks. He wasn't a nasty racist at all. He was very supportive of this whole genre.
Yeah. This might be the first rock and roll song.
You know that falsetto is using. What it reminds me of is uh, Sonny Terry. Remember Sonny Terry
Yeah.
would he sang along with his harp. He'd do a phrase on his harp and then sing with the falsetto like that. I wonder if Fats got it from him.
Isn't that the same
maybe.
tune as Stagger Lee?
Well, there's a lot,
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of inbreeding going on here. That's why I think that cultural appropriation is so weird. Like Philby's here. He was talking about how we're getting everybody's. This is a big issue right now. We're getting ripped off by AI because AI just goes in and samples everything and then regurgitates it in a original work. And Philby is of course outraged as he is with everything. I think my haircut probably outrages Philby, but
What
uh,
hair?
but but the thing is, that's what everybody has always done. Everybody has always ripped off everybody else. I mean, it's really, and that's why they have courts of law. You sue somebody, and you have to get pretty close to copying them exactly before. And I'll tell you something. It's not copyrightable. Is a hook. Like he's just playing a hook on a piano, instrumental hook. If you're a musician, this happened to, I think Ry Cooder is a good example. I think he played on a Stones record and he played the lick that was the key lick to the song. Well, that's not copyrightable. He can't get, if the Stones pay him for the session and that's it, he can't come back later and say, "Hey, man, that was my lick that made that song." You can't do that. It's interesting.
Well, of
It's
course.
just it's because it's prejudice towards people who can speak. Um,
It's because
okay,
of damn lawyers that do it.
damn lawyers.
Damn
Okay,
All right, let's
here we go. Rocket
Rocket
88.
88. This is supposedly the first rock and roll song, also.
By the way, speaking of copying, this is also the intro to Slippin' and Slidin'. Little Richard steals this, and I believe this is Ike Turner on piano on this
It
song
is.
here.
Really?
But the intro is stolen by Little Richard on Slippin' and Slidin'.
I think actually it was Ike's band.
Yeah, it was.
You women have heard of jalopies, you've heard the noise they make, but let me introduce my new Rocket 88. Yes, it's straight, just one way. Everybody likes my Rocket 88. Baby, we'll ride in style, moving all along. V8 motor and it's smart and designed, black convertible top and the gals don't mind. Sporting with me riding all around town.
Now, what?
It's great. That was great.
Yeah, that's Ike Turner's band. It's the same one that played on all the early Ike and Tina Turner records, and Ike's on piano. And
Well, it was credited to Jackie Brenson and a Delta.
well, he's this. Yeah, he's the singer. And now this is really antebellum kind of stuff I'm going to tell you right now. But when I grew up, my dad. I don't want to give you too many details, but let's just say my dad became successful, and my mom was an invalid, and he worked all the time. So they hired. We had a live-in black couple that lived in a cottage next to our house, and they had a Rocket 88. But I don't think I'd ever heard this song before. You know, as McEntee said, it's sometimes lauded as the first rock and roll song. I think that's a very slippery definition to make.
Oh
I don't know
yeah,
how
yeah,
you,
yeah.
you
You
know.
can't do that.
I'm not saying I'm not accusing McEntee of it. He's not the guy that said it, but
Well, go
it's a.
ahead. Lodge the accusation. But you're right. You cannot say what the first rock and roll song was. Can't just very hard to do.
But that's what we're examining here. McEntee's showing you a bunch of
Candidates.
candidates and strains of music that went into that contributed to the origin of rock and roll.
Well put. Well
Oh,
put.
okay. Let's see. Next thing he's got up here is
Shake, rattle, and roll.
dang. Yeah, Shake, Rattle, and Roll is Big Joe Turner.
Get out of that bed, wash your face and hands. Get out of that bed, wash your face and hands. Well, you get in that kitchen, make some noise with the pots and pans.
He couldn't say that today.
Old dresses, the sun comes shining through. Well, you wear old dresses, the sun comes shining through. I can't believe my eyes, all the mess belongs to you.
Yeah, that's I don't think I'd feel safe telling Teresa to get out in the kitchen and rattle a pasta pan. I don't think that would be a particularly good suggestion.
Well, would you tell her to shake her money maker? I mean, you know.
I wouldn't do that either.
All right.
No, very unwise. Did
Boy,
you have
he
the
big.
version by Elvis?
Oh, let's see. You know, this Big Joe Turner. That's a good picture of him because he is
Yeah.
big. Here we go with Elvis.
Well, get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Get out of that kitchen and rattle those pots and pans. Oh, I'll roll my breakfast cause I'm a hungry man. I believe you're doing me wrong and now I know. I believe you're doing me wrong and now I know. Cause the harder I work, the faster my money goes. Well, I said shake, rattle and roll. 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 Well, you won't do right to save your doggone soul.
It's the devil's music.
Yeah.
I'm like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. I'm like a Mississippi bullfrog sitting on a hollow stump. I got so many women I don't know which way to jump. Well, I said flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. I said flip, flop, and fly. I don't care if I die. Don't ever leave me. Don't ever say goodbye.
Hey, who did Flip Flop and Fly? That's not the same song. He segued into it.
Right.
You remember that?
Yeah, I do. I do. I can't think of it. We'll look it up.
I mean, it was obviously well, I could look it up. It's obviously a takeoff or follow up. Let's see. Flip Flop and Fly. Let's see.
Do you see how tame?
Big Joe Turner. It was a follow-up. Big Joe Turner.
But you see, Elvis, that was just a scandal. But you realize when you watched him, there wasn't that much going on. You know, he's shaking and he's
Right.
dancing around. That was nothing.
You could see how that was radical.
The scandal was it was a white guy singing this stuff. When I first heard Elvis Presley, where I lived in New York, which is near Rochester on Lake Ontario, everybody thought he was black. It was the shock was not what he was doing, wiggling his hips. The shock was that he was white.
Yeah, by the way, there was a great documentary recently by Baz Luhrmann directed it, of Elvis Presley. I think it's called Elvis Presley in Concert. And it had an amazing amount of footage, of rehearsal footage and concert footage. And he was extremely serious about the music and very particular about how it was done. And, I mean, the spectacle of his dancing and all that and the craziness that surrounded it was one thing, but he was absolutely sincere and very, very serious about the music.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he had all the greatest players. He could afford them.
Right. Bill Black.
This is Bill Black and Scotty Moore, and who's the
Right.
drummer's name? I can't remember the drummer's name.
DJ Fontana.
Oh yeah, and the bass player is playing a bass fiddle instead of a bass guitar,
Right.
and
Right.
the bass guitar had been invented, but it was like a novel instrument in the late '60s. You know what McCartney plays. Anyway, here we go. This is Johnny Otis.
Yeah.
You want to say something
Vallejo.
about from Vallejo? And
yeah, he was from Vallejo. He was born in Vallejo, but I think raised mainly in Berkeley. And he was a white guy.
Yeah.
Living as a black.
Yeah, he passes black, and I watched his TV show out of L.A.
Oh, right.
In the 50s.
Yeah, he gave Etta James her start, Sugar Pie DeSanto. Etta James, what a great
That's a big one.
He started.
Here he goes.
Sunshine in my life once more. Let my arms hold the one I adore. Break my chains, set me free. Bring my baby back to me. Let the sun shine in my life once more.
Now, was this a hit?
Johnny Otis show in Sacramento. They had a blues festival, annual blues festival, and it was great. And he was one of the acts they had.
Yeah, I saw him at Keystone Berkeley with Bobby Day.
Oh, right.
Was part of his show, and was this a hit? Because the only thing I know of Johnny Otis that where he was on vocals and it was a hit was Hand Jive.
I know this was a race record. It was a lot earlier, I think, than just the mid '50s, and it was probably just played on to black audiences. I don't remember it either. I looked this up.
The Hand Jive. We had the Hand Jive booted up here once, and you could go online and learn how to do the Hand Jive. YouTube, man. I'm sorry. You could get a Hand Jive lesson on how to do the dance, and you would recognize it. I'm afraid.
Play "Dance with Me, Henry" by Etta James.
Okay.
This is from '55.
Oops. Sorry. Let me start at the top.
Hey, baby, what do I have to do to make you love me too?
You got to roll with me, Henry.
All right, baby.
Roll with me, Henry.
Don't mean maybe.
Roll with me, Henry.
In the old time.
Roll with me, Henry.
Won't change my mind.
Roll with me, Henry.
All right.
You better roll while the rolling is on. Roll on, roll on, roll on. While the cats are falling, you better stop your stalling. It's intermission in a minute, so you better get with it. Roll with me, Henry. You better roll while the rolling is on. Roll on, roll on, roll on.
I never thought about this, but I think there's a good chance that's Johnny Otis's band backing her up.
It is.
It is?
Yes.
Do you think there's a reason that they called it Dance with Me, Henry, instead of Roll with Me, Henry? I mean, do you think that's
Well,
because there's implications of Roll with Me, Henry?
well, we're coming to that because Hank Ballard, the next one is Hank Ballard's kind of a cover of that, or reworking of it, and it's a little more risque.
Yeah.
Work with me, Annie. Work with me, Annie. Ooh-wee. Work with me, Annie. Work with me, Annie. Work with me, Annie. Let's get it while the getting is good. So good, so good, so good, so good. Annie, please don't cheat. Give me all my meat. Ooh-wee. So good to me. Work with me, Annie. Let's get it while the getting is good. So good, so good, so good, so good.
Hank Ballard and the Midnighters.
Yep.
Wasn't that followed up by Annie Had a Baby?
I
That
think
was,
I think you're
Yes.
I think so, and that was
Yeah.
part of the problem.
How about Trouble Blues?
Trouble Blues.
Charles Brown. Ray Charles started out Charles Brown.
So many days since you went away, I always thought of you each night and day. Someday, my darling, I won't be trouble no more.
Charles Brown was huge in the late 40s. And as I said, he was so
Trouble.
big. Ray Charles started out imitating him.
Was he? But again, I don't think he's played on white radio stations. Am I correct?
Yes, correct.
That was a great piece.
I know, you could play a little more.
Okay. Yeah, this is definitely, this is like you say, Ray Charles' big influence.
Wonderful sound, wonderful voice.
You're about to get
Yep.
the best of me. Someday, my darling, I won't be trouble no more.
I saw Charles Brown in Sacramento when he must have been almost 90.
Wow.
And he still had it.
I wonder what year this was, because that has a bass guitar on it. That record has a bass guitar on it.
I think it was I would have said late 40s, maybe even 1947.
I'm
late
gonna look.
40s.
That's hard to believe because that really sounded like a bass guitar. What was the name of that?
Trouble Blues. Trouble
It
Blues.
was Trouble Blues by Charles Brown.
Trouble Blues. Man, I can't believe that's very interesting.
There it is.
Eh!
There it is. It's yeah. By the way, there's a bit of Lou Rawls in that. What's there?
Yeah. Damn! I can't. What is wrong with me? Um, okay, let's see. That says 1949. That cannot be a bass. I'm going to have to look that. That's an interesting thing. Not to you guys, I imagine. Um, so here's Ray Charles. Oops.
Your ways keep changing like the shifting desert sand.
Called Losing Hand.
While I was playing fair, baby, you played a cheating game. While I was playing fair, baby, you played a cheating game. I know you didn't care, but I love you just the same. I thought I'd be your king, baby. Yes, and you could be my queen. I thought I'd be your king, baby. Yes, and you could be my queen.
So on guitar is Mickey Baker of Mickey and Sylvia. Love is Strange. The guy that did the that's Mickey. That's Mickey Baker there, playing guitar on that Ray Charles cut.
Amazing.
Let's see. We just got one more left, I think, Mr. McEntee.
Mama, he treats your daughter mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Mama, he treats your daughter mean.
I saw her in Sacramento.
Treats your
Did you?
daughter mean. Mama, he treats your daughter mean. Meanest man I've ever seen. Mama, he treats me badly, makes me love him madly. Mama, he takes my money, makes me call him honey. Mama, he can't be trusted, makes me so disgusted. All of my friends say they don't understand what's the matter with this man. Oh, mama, treat your daughter mean. Mama, he treats your daughter mean. Mama, he treats your daughter mean. Meanest man I've ever seen.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Ruth Brown.
So that I think that would be in the same category as jump blues, like.
Yes.
But Louis Jordan, that's who I was trying to think of. Louis Jordan is another one famous in that particular genre. Saturday Night Fish Fry, I think, was probably his big hit.
Yes.
But we didn't hear any of this crap. If I'm correct, I didn't hear any of this when I was growing up. The jump blues.
Well,
stuff.
we heard Ruth Brown. I remember.
I didn't. I never heard Ruth Brown on the radio.
And I heard Hank Ballard and Etta James.
Hank Ballard, yeah, but not until he had. I didn't hear that. But it was by the way, another thing about just integration stuff. Ed Sullivan was really good about having these people on.
Yeah, but there were other big variety shows like Steve Allen and the Dorsey brothers, Tommy Dorsey. They also had variety shows, and in fact, I think Elvis was on one of those shows before he was on Ed Sullivan.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. But I was going to make a technical remark about why we have 3-minute songs. You guys might know this, but a 78 RPM record will only hold 3 minutes. And of course, an album and 45 will hold more. 45 will hold 7, but you don't put 7 minutes on it because the 3-minute song had already been established from, decades of listening to 78s. That's how long pop music was 3 minutes. And so it really wasn't until the 60s that, the Doors and Dylan, Tambourine Man was longer than 3 minutes, obviously, and the Doors. The Tambourine Man might have been the first that was, what's that?
Layla.
Layla was later
Much
than
later.
that.
Yeah.
I think Tambourine Man, what year? Anybody want to take a guess? What?
65.
65?
But Like a Rolling Stone is the one that broke the mold. And, because nobody wanted to play that on the radio because it was too long.
Yeah, and it's all.
And they did have a short version. There was a short version.
But the original reason for that was just purely technical. And it was established then commercially that's how long you wanted to have it because if longer songs meant less commercials is the whole deal.
Yeah.
So that was the reason. But one other I said technical thing. Just think about the fact that if you have a 78 RPM record, the outside of the record is traveling a lot faster than the inside across the needle because pi d, the circumference of a circle, and so if you have a 10-inch record, the circumference is 30 something, but in the middle it's only say 4 inches, the middle of the record, and so it's traveling 12 inches per second rather than 30 inches per second, right? Or that's not right because it's a 78, but you get the idea. It's traveling like 3 times as fast on the outside as it is on the inside. And so what happens is your fidelity gets lost because it's just like anything else, like having a camera or a microscope that you can see with greater granularity at a greater magnification, and essentially the outside of the record is more magnified than the inside. And so that was a technical limitation to how much music you could have on, and that established it. It's just kind of a funny thing that was established by a purely mechanical purely mechanical reason.
A few years ago, my daughter bought me a turntable, and I had a pretty good collection of LPs. And we put one on the turntable, and she asked me, "Where do you put the needle? On the outside or the inside?"
Heavens!
That's like my cars with roll-up windows. And one of Jake's daughters once said, "Oh, that's why they say roll up your window." She didn't know where that phrase came from.
Oh my God!
Well, it's no different than dialing a phone,
Yeah, dialing a phone.
Yep.
Do people still say dialing a phone?
Yeah.
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 I mean, when I say people, I don't mean us. I mean, would a 20-year-old say dialing a phone?
Oh no.
They say ping me.
What is it, Barry?
You say ping me.
Ping
me. Yeah.
Huh.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, me
Ping
neither.
comes from a computer thing where
Ring me up.
Yeah, I think they say it. They say it.
Besides, if if you put the needle on the inside of the record and played it and spun it the other way, you'd get all the satanic.
That's wouldn't you get Fire Sign Theater that way?
Yes, you would.
Wow.
So where does Doug Clark and the Hot Nuts figure into all of this?
That was an East Coast thing. I don't think we had those guys on the West Coast, but
Oh, lucky you.
did you ever see them, Doug?
Never saw him except on TV thing.
I never heard of them until I went to school back east.
Well, when were they?
Well, that would have been mid-'60s probably.
Oh, that's the same time as McEntee and the Barbarians, which were a Cape Cod thing until they made it to that show, the big LA show. Are You a Boy or Are You a Girl was their big hit.
I never heard of them either.
Really? Was it the Tammy show or something?
Tammy show, yeah.
They were in that.
I don't.
The Barbarians.
I remember a band called the Barbarians, but it wasn't. Who was it? Did you say Tito and the Barbarians?
No, it was the Barbarians, but the drum. They had a one-armed drummer named McEntee.
Oh, Moulton, that's good.
McEntee.
Keith Richards had a band called the Barbarians. I think him and Ron Wood or something, and then they had this outrageous like Ray Brown on bass or something. It was Stanley Clark on bass. And some ace drummer. I think they might have had done 2 gigs or something. We did a gig with them. Keith Richards and the Barbarians. But that's the only other use of that. That sounds like a good band name, but... Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Great.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah. It's wonderful.
So next time, I think, McEntee, am I correct, that we're going to start with Little Richard and Chuck Berry-ish?
Yeah, we can do that.
It sounds
So
good.
when I was sweet. Oh, go ahead, Jake.
No, I just said that was good. Great. Sounds good.
When I was in sweeping chimneys up in New Hampshire, I was in a condo and I looked up in the bookshelf and there was a book by Jim Miller called Flowers in the Dustbin, History of Rock and Roll.
Wow.
Do you know about that?
Yeah. Cool.
I'm trying to remember. What was the format of that? Was it just a book, or were there a lot of pictures and?
I didn't take it down off the guy's bookshelf, but it was a it was a hardbound.
Yeah, hardbound, right.
What was the title again? What was the title?
Flowers in the Dustbin, The History of Rock and Roll. And there were dates.
When was
I
it?
don't remember the dates.
When was it published?
Oh boy, this would have been 90s.
We can look it up easily enough.
Really?
But Jim Miller, when I was rooming with him in my sophomore year, he had a radio show, and he was the manager at KSPC, and he would put on a record, maybe Elvis or something, and he'd say, "Now listen to this bass," and then he'd put on another record, and he'd say, "Now listen to this bass." He said that's the same guy, and he could follow this particular bass player through multiple recordings. It was pretty interesting.
Flowers of the Dustbin was 1999.
Wow. Because he wrote a history of rock and roll that was published by Rolling Stone that had to be like 70s.
Mm.
Are you looking it up, Brian?
I looked it up.
You mean Miller? Because he used to write.
Miller.
Yeah, it covers.
Yeah, he wrote reviews for
Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I know, but he actually had maybe that was a revision, Brian, because
It covers 47 to 77.
And
That
but it
sounds
wasn't
about right.
published till '99 because it seems to me that he had a history of rock and roll. It was a lot earlier than that. That Rolling Stone published.
Yeah, well, you have to rely on AI, don't you?
For everything.
Hey.
Most of my best friends are now artificial. Uh, so I guess that we've kind of come to the end of the hour, but we will see you all again at 10 o'clock on Thursday and try to continue. Because McEntee, I think your plan is to take it up to 60, just before the Beatles. Is that right, Jim?
Yeah. I don't have a list. I can make up a list for Thursday if you want me to.
Well, you better do it.
Well, thank you guys.
To work,
Really good.
McEntee.
Yeah, this
That
was
was great.
Yeah.
Good job, you guys.
Yeah, you guys
Okay.
did a great job.
All right.
Okay, we'll see you next time.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. That was great.